Everything starts with the way you think. If your mind is focused on limitations, that's all you'll see. If your mind is focused on possibility, the opportunities will appear everywhere. I want you to think about this for a second. How many times have you doubted yourself thinking, I can't do this or this will never work for me? That doubt is a seed, and every time you water it with more negative thinking, it grows. And suddenly that small thought becomes a huge barrier between you and your dreams. But let me tell you, there's another way. It all begins with a simple shift in your mindset. Start telling yourself, yes, I can, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. I've seen it in my own life. When I was starting out, no one believed in a young black woman hosting a talk show. No one thought it would last. But I refused to let other people's expectations define me. I believed that my voice mattered, that I could create something that would impact the world. And that belief was the foundation of everything. The most powerful tool you have is your mind. It shapes how you see the world and how the world sees you. If you wake up every day believing you're limited, your life will reflect that. But if you wake up every day believing in your potential, believing that you are enough, just as you are, that is the moment your life changes. So I ask you today, what are you thinking about? What thoughts are running through your mind every morning when you wake up? Are they thoughts of limitation, or are they thoughts of expansion? Are you telling yourself stories of failure, or are you creating a narrative of success? Now is the time to change the conversation you're having with yourself. Your mind is your most powerful ally, and once you start feeding it with thoughts of growth, possibility, and confidence, you'll begin to see everything around you change. That's how transformation begins from within. You are the most important person in your life. Yet, how often do you put yourself last? Think about how many times you've sacrificed your own needs, your own happiness, to make others happy. Now, don't get me wrong, there's beauty in giving, but here's what I've learned you can't give from an empty cup. If you're not taking care of yourself, there's nothing left to offer anyone else. I remember when I was running my show, juggling a million things, constantly on the go. I thought the busier I was, the more successful I'd be. But the truth is, I was wearing myself out emotionally and physically. I was showing up for everyone but myself. And let me tell you, that's a dangerous place to be. You begin to feel resentful, exhausted, and disconnected from your own needs. It was only when I learned to put myself first, to treat myself with the same kindness and care I gave to others, that I truly began to thrive. You have to treat yourself like someone worth caring for, because you are. That means setting boundaries when you need to, saying no without feeling guilty, and making space in your life for rest, for joy, for the things that nourish your soul. It's about taking that time to recharge, to center yourself, so that when you give from a place of abundance, not exhaustion. The way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. If you don't value your own well-being, how can you expect anyone else to? If you constantly neglect your needs, you're sending a message to the world that you're not a priority, and trust me, people pick up on that. So today I'm asking you to make a shift. Start treating yourself like the precious being you are. Start showing up for yourself. Take that time to rest when you need it. Nourish your body, your mind, and your spirit. And most importantly, remind yourself every day that you are worthy of love, worthy of care, and worthy of everything good that life has to offer. When you do that, when you start truly honoring yourself, everything in your life begins to align. Your relationships are a reflection of how you show up in the world. Whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues, the connections you build are the foundation of your emotional and social well-being. But here's the thing, relationships thrive on authenticity. They require real, honest communication, not just surface-level exchanges. It's not about being everything to everyone. It's about being true to yourself and showing up fully for those who matter most. I've learned through the years that the most important relationships in my life are the ones where I can be completely myself. And let me tell you, that wasn't always easy. There were times when I thought I had to put on a face, be the strong one, the fixer, the one who had it all together. But I realized that the deepest connections I had were with the people who saw me, the real me, flaws and all. Those are the relationships that fed my soul, that lifted me up in ways I never knew I needed. Think about your own relationships for a moment. Are they built on mutual respect and understanding, or do you feel drained by them? Are you giving more than you're receiving, or are your connections truly balanced? Relationships should uplift you, not weigh you down. If you find yourself constantly giving without receiving, it might be time to reassess what you're allowing into your life. You deserve relationships that nourish you, that help you grow, and that allow you to be your authentic self. Here's another truth: relationships require work, but they shouldn't feel like a burden. The strongest bonds are created when two people are willing to be vulnerable, to communicate openly, and to meet each other with love and understanding. If you're in a relationship, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, where you feel unseen or undervalued, it's okay to step back. It's okay to set boundaries. And it's more than okay to walk away if that relationship no longer serves your highest good. At the end of the day, the quality of your relationships comes down to one thing: respect. Respect for yourself and respect for the other person. When you respect yourself, you set the standard for how others will treat you. When you respect others, you create space for deeper, more meaningful connections to grow. So start showing up fully in your relationships. Be present, be honest, and above all, make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who support and uplift you. Because when your relationships are thriving, you'll find that everything else in your life falls into place. Your health is the foundation of everything you do in life. It's not just about how you look or how you feel today. It's about investing in your future, in your longevity, in your ability to live fully and joyfully for years to come. Too often, we take our health for granted, pushing our bodies and minds beyond their limits without giving them the care they deserve. But when you neglect your health, it doesn't just affect you physically, it impacts every part of your life. I want you to think about a time when you didn't feel your best. Maybe you were run down, stressed, not sleeping well, or maybe you were just pushing yourself too hard. How did that impact your mood, your energy? Your relationships? When your health is suffering, it becomes harder to show up in every other area of your life. You're not as present with your loved ones, you're not as productive at work, and the things that usually bring you joy start to feel like a burden. I've been there too. There were seasons in my life when I was so focused on achieving success, I ignored the signals my body was sending me. I was working long hours, not eating properly, and constantly stressed. And while I thought I was doing everything right professionally, it wasn't sustainable. I had to learn the hard way that success means nothing if you don't have your health. You can't pour from an empty cup, and when you're not taking care of your body and mind, it shows up in every aspect of your life. So today I want you to ask yourself, am I taking care of my health the way I should be? This means more than just getting your annual checkup or going to the gym a few times a week. It's about truly listening to your body and giving it what it needs, whether that's more sleep, better nutrition, or simply taking time to relax and de-stress. It's about prioritizing your mental health too. Your mind needs as much care as your body does. When you take care of your health, you're not just preventing illness, you're creating a life where you can thrive. You'll have more energy to pursue your passions, more clarity to make decisions, and more resilience to handle the challenges that come your way. You'll be more present with your family, more engaged in your work, and more joyful in the simple moments of life. Taking care of your health isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the greatest act of self-love you can offer yourself, and it's an investment that pays off in every area of your life. So make your health a priority, not just when something goes wrong, but every single day. Because when you're healthy physically, mentally, and emotionally, everything else in your life flourishes. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have for transforming your life. It's not just about being thankful for the good things that come your way, but about shifting your entire perspective to see the beauty in every moment, every challenge, every opportunity, even when things aren't going as planned. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice, a way of seeing the world that changes everything. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you invite more of that into your life. I remember a time in my life when everything felt overwhelming. I was working hard, facing challenges I wasn't sure I could overcome, and it seemed like nothing was going the way I wanted. But then I had a realization I was so focused on what wasn't working that I was missing all the blessings right in front of me. I started a daily practice of gratitude, not just for the big things, but for the small, everyday moments. The way the sun felt on my skin, a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, and slowly but surely everything started to shift. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging that despite the challenges, there is always something to be thankful for. And when you cultivate that mindset, you create space for more good things to come into your life. You begin to attract positivity because you're focused on it, and you start to realize that even in the midst of struggle, there are lessons to be learned, opportunities to grow, and moments of joy to be cherished. When you practice gratitude, you not only transform your own life, but you also impact the lives of those around you. Gratitude has a ripple effect. It changes the way you interact with others, the way you approach challenges, and the way you see yourself. Instead of feeling weighed down by what's missing or what's wrong, you start to feel uplifted by what's right, by the abundance that's already present. So I want to encourage you today to start incorporating gratitude into your daily routine. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each morning to reflect on what you're grateful for, or ending your day by writing down 3 things that went well. The more you practice, the more you'll find to be thankful for. And when you're in that state of gratitude, the challenges of life feel a little less heavy, and the joy becomes a lot more apparent. Gratitude changes everything. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from frustration to acceptance, from fear to love. And once you start practicing it regularly, you'll see that life itself is a gift, even in its messy, unpredictable, and imperfect moments. Your goals are the compass that guide your life, giving you direction and purpose. Without clear, intentional goals, it's easy to drift, to let life happen to you, rather than taking charge of where you want to go. But setting goals isn't just about writing down what you want to achieve. It's about creating a vision for your future that excites you, that pulls you forward, even when the road gets tough. Your goals are the roadmap to becoming the person you are meant to be. There was a time in my life when I wasn't sure what direction I was headed. I had dreams, of course, but I wasn't actively working toward them. I was caught up in the day-to-day grind, reacting to life instead of steering it. But everything changed when I got serious about setting clear, actionable goals. It wasn't just about accomplishing things, it was about growing into a version of myself I could be proud of. Think about the goals you've set for yourself. Are they in line with your true desires, or are they shaped by what others expect of you? The first step in setting meaningful goals is to get honest with yourself about what you really want. Not what you think you should want, but what truly lights a fire inside of you. When your goals align with your passions, they become more than just a to-do list. They become a reflection of who you are and who you want to become. But here's the key: your goals won't accomplish themselves. You have to break them down into manageable steps, and you have to commit to taking action every single day. Even small, consistent progress can lead to extraordinary results over time. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the days when it's hard, even when you're tired or discouraged. Your commitment to your goals is a commitment to yourself. And remember, goals evolve. As you grow and change, your goals should too. Don't be afraid to adjust them, to aim higher, or to pivot when necessary. The beauty of setting goals is that they give you the freedom to dream big, but also the flexibility to adapt as life unfolds. What matters is that you keep moving forward, keep striving for what matters most to you. Achieving your goals isn't just about reaching a destination, it's about who you become along the way. It's about building resilience, discipline, and self-belief. It's about learning from the setbacks and celebrating the victories, no matter how small. When you set and pursue your goals with intention, you're not just working towards success, you're actively creating a life that is aligned with your purpose. So today, take some time to revisit your goals. Are they clear? Are they meaningful? And most importantly, are you taking daily action to move toward them? Because your goals are not just a list of things to achieve, they are a reflection of your vision for your life. And when you commit to them fully, you're investing in the best version of yourself. Time is the most precious resource we have, yet it's often the one we take for granted. Every moment that passes is a moment you can never get back, and how you choose to spend your time determines the quality of your life. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how you use those hours is what sets you apart. Your time is a reflection of your priorities, your values, and your vision for the future. I were a point in my life when I felt like there just wasn't enough time. I was constantly busy moving from one thing to the next, but I wasn't making real progress. I realized that I wasn't managing my time, I was letting it manage me. I wasn't being intentional about where my time was going, and as a result, I was exhausted but unfulfilled. That's when I knew something had to change. I had to stop letting life pull me in every direction and start directing my time toward what truly mattered. Think about how you spend your time each day. How much of it is spent on things that are important to you? How much of it is spent on things that move you closer to your goals, that nurture your relationships, or that bring you joy? Often we find ourselves consumed by distractions, scrolling through social media, saying yes to commitments we don't really care about, or simply procrastinating on the things that matter most. Time is fleeting, and if you're not intentional, it will slip away before you know it. That's why it's so important to guard your time fiercely. It's not about packing your schedule full or being busy for the sake of being busy. It's about being mindful of how you use each hour. It's about recognizing that your time is a finite resource and you get to choose how you spend it. Prioritize the things that are aligned with your purpose. Carve out time for the people who matter most to you, for the activities that energize you, and for the goals that drive you. It's about quality, not quantity. And remember, it's okay to say no. Saying no to things that don't serve you creates more space for the things that do. The way you spend your time today shapes the life you'll live tomorrow. If you want to grow, if you want to achieve, if you want to make an impact, it all starts with how you invest your time. Are you using it wisely? Are you giving your time to things that help you become the person you want to be? Or are you letting time slip through your fingers, spent on things that don't matter in the grand scheme of your life? Time is precious. It's one of the few things in life that we can't get more of. So be intentional, be deliberate, and be protective of your time. Because how you spend it determines everything: your success, your happiness, your legacy. Make every moment count. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. No matter how carefully you plan, how much effort you put in, or how determined you are, obstacles will arise. The true measure of your character and ultimately your success lies in how you handle those setbacks. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning how to rise each time you fall, about using every challenge as a stepping stone toward growth. I can remember moments in my own life when things didn't go as planned. I faced situations that seemed unfair, times when it felt like the universe was working against me. But in every one of those moments, I realized I had a choice. I could let the setback define me, or I could choose to redefine the setback. That's the power you have in every challenging situation. You can decide whether it will hold you back or propel you forward. When things don't go your way, the first instinct might be to feel defeated, to question your abilities or your path. And it's okay to feel that way for a moment, but you can't stay there. Setbacks are not the end of your journey, they're part of it. They're a reminder that growth requires discomfort, and that progress often comes through struggle. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities to reflect, to reassess, and to come back stronger. Think about the greatest achievements in your life. Chances are they didn't come without a few bumps in the road. Those bumps, those moments of doubt or frustration, are what make the victory even sweeter. Because it's in those moments that you learn resilience. You learn how to adapt, how to be resourceful, and how to persevere when things aren't easy. And in doing so, you become more prepared for whatever life throws your way in the future. It's important to remember that setbacks don't define your worth. They don't mean you're incapable, unworthy, or destined to fail. They simply mean you're human, and like everyone else, you're on a journey filled with twists and turns. What matters is your response. Are you going to let the setback break you, or will you use it as fuel to keep going? The answer to that question determines everything. When you face a setback, give yourself the grace to feel, but also give yourself the strength to rise. Look for the lesson in the experience. What can you learn from this? How can you do better next time? And most importantly, how can you use this moment to build resilience? Because every time you rise after a fall, you become more powerful, more determined, and more capable of reaching your goals. In the end, setbacks are not roadblocks, they're detours. They might slow you down or force you to take a different path, but they don't stop you unless you let them. Embrace them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. The road to success isn't a straight line, and the ability to handle setbacks with grace and determination is what separates those who give up from those who thrive. Use every setback as a setup for a comeback, and keep pushing toward the life you're meant to live. Personal growth is the foundation of everything you want to achieve in life. It's the ongoing process of becoming the best version of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The truth is, the person you are today shouldn't be the same person you are a year from now. Growth is about constant evolution, stretching beyond your comfort zone, and embracing the idea that there is always more to learn, more ways to improve, and more opportunities to expand who you are. I can tell you from my own experience that growth isn't always easy. It's uncomfortable. It's messy. It often involves confronting the parts of yourself that you'd rather not face. But that's where the magic happens. The moments when you challenge yourself, when you step into the unknown, are the moments that shape you into the person you're meant to become. Every single day, you have the opportunity to grow, to take a step forward in your journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. One of the most important aspects of personal growth is self-awareness. It's about being honest with yourself, acknowledging your strengths, but also recognizing your weaknesses. When you truly understand who you are, you can begin to make choices that align with your values and your vision for the future. Personal growth means taking responsibility for your life, for your choices, and for your actions. It's about letting go of excuses and realizing that no one is in control of your growth but you. Another key to growth is embracing challenges and seeing them as opportunities to learn. It's easy to stay where you're comfortable, but nothing grows there. The only way to evolve is to face the difficult moments head on. Whether it's learning a new skill, breaking old habits, or navigating a tough situation, growth comes from pushing through the discomfort. Every challenge is a chance to learn something new about yourself, to build resilience, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Personal growth also means being intentional about the people you surround yourself with. The energy and mindsets of those around you can either lift you higher or hold you back. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, and who support your journey of self-improvement. You don't have to have it all figured out, but being in the presence of those who are also committed to growth can motivate you to keep moving forward, even when the path gets tough. And let's not forget the importance of reflection. Growth isn't just about charging ahead without looking back. It's about taking the time to pause, reflect on where you've been, and acknowledge how far you've come. Celebrate the small victories, the moments of progress, and the lessons learned along the way. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination, and every step forward, no matter how small, is a win. Ultimately, personal growth is about becoming the best version of yourself, not just for you, but for the world around you. When you grow, you expand your capacity to love, to lead, and to make a difference. And the more you grow, the more you inspire others to do the same. So embrace the journey. Keep learning, keep evolving, and keep pushing yourself to new heights. Because the more you grow, the more you unlock the limitless potential that exists within you. Serving others is one of the most profound ways to enrich your own life and the lives of those around you. When you choose to focus on how you can contribute to the well-being of others, you step into a powerful role that not only impacts their lives, but also transforms your own. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, focusing solely on your own needs and goals. But when you take a moment to look beyond yourself, you discover a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. I remember a time in my life when I felt lost and unsure of my direction. I was focused on my own struggles, consumed by my challenges, until I had an eye-opening experience volunteering at a local shelter. In those moments spent serving others, I realized how much I had to offer, not just in terms of resources, but in love, compassion, and understanding. I saw people facing challenges that made my own problems feel small, and it opened my eyes to the power of connection and empathy. When you serve others, you create meaningful relationships built on trust and understanding. It's about recognizing that everyone has a story, and by choosing to listen and engage, you can make a real difference. Whether it's through volunteering your time, offering support to a friend in need, or simply being a positive presence in someone's life, your actions can have a ripple effect. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger tapestry of goodwill in the world. One of the most beautiful aspects of serving others is that it also nurtures your own growth. It challenges you to step outside your comfort zone, to confront your biases, and to learn from the diverse experiences of those around you. When you actively seek to help others, you cultivate gratitude for what you have and gain a fresh perspective on your own life. It's a powerful reminder that we are all interconnected and that our happiness is often tied to the happiness of others. Furthermore, serving others can be a source of inspiration and motivation. When you witness the resilience of those you help, it ignites a spark within you. Their stories of strength and courage can fuel your own journey, reminding you of the power of the human spirit. You begin to realize that you're not just a passive observer in life, you have the power to create change and uplift those around you. Remember that serving others doesn't always have to be grand gestures. It can be found in the everyday moments. It's as simple as offering a smile to a stranger, lending a helping hand to a neighbor, or providing a listening ear to a friend. These small acts can lead to profound connections and transform lives. In serving others, you create a culture of kindness and compassion, and you inspire those around you to do the same. Ultimately, serving others enriches your own life while touching the lives of those you help. It's a reminder that true fulfillment comes from giving, from being a light in someone else's darkness. So as you move through life, ask yourself, how can I serve today? How can I contribute to the greater good? Because in those moments of service, you'll find not only purpose, but also the extraordinary power of love and connection. When we come together to support one another, we uplift humanity, and that's a legacy worth leaving.